Italy considers Kenya to be a virtuous example of democracy, and it is a model for social and economic development. Our countries have excellent and consolidated relations, which are proof of the friendship between our two peoples. Mr. President, we consider Kenya to be a very important partner for Italy. On the bilateral level, but also due to its role in this very important region in Africa, on the continent, and within the international community. We underlined and developed how important these very excellent relations are through the signings of the agreements that you graciously mentioned a few minutes ago, and which are proof of how much our collaboration is advancing. Other agreements will follow, of course, after the agreements we signed this morning, also because our business communities have plenty of links and plenty of very intense collaboration. Several Italian companies operate here in Kenya, including on a number of very important projects in several sectors. And this goes to show that we collaborate in a number of crucial sectors, and that is something we intend to foster in a very intense way. And as President Ruto was graciously mentioning, this also includes the building of dams, which are such an important project, and the Italian government wishes to contribute very intensely to their swift finalization and overcoming the difficulties that we faced. The strengthening of our relations was something we discussed during our meeting this morning, and we are very much on the same page in terms of our intentions and in terms of the way forward. I'm also very happy to underscore Italy's contribution to a number of Kenyan startups. And the important entrepreneurial activities which are conducted here and which are so stimulating. We also discussed the importance of cultural cooperation. This is something President Ruto and I discussed at length. Scientific and technological cooperation has reached excellent levels, of course. The Malindi Space Center is an example of success, and that's something that we will jointly work on together in the future, with shared responsibilities, with shared governance. It is a project that we want to stimulate and to foster. Scientific and technological development is something that we wish to intensify in the future. Along with that, of course, we wish to strengthen the cultural cooperation between our countries, between our universities, students, and young people, because this is a way of fostering further and stronger friendship. It is a way to exchange knowledge and important concepts, which are mutually important, of course. President Ruto, as I mentioned during our meeting, and this is something I wish to reiterate publicly, Italy feels that Kenya is a pillar of stability in this important region in Africa. We very much appreciated the crucial role played by you, Mr. President, your government, the role that Kenya as a whole has played in Ethiopia, so that we could solve the dramatic confrontation between the Ethiopian government and the Tigray region. And the Pretoria Agreement is also the outcome of your essential contribution, of Kenya's essential contribution, so that Ethiopia, your neighboring country, could reach peace and stability. And we stand with Kenya in fostering peace, development, and cooperation, so that the entire region can go towards development and peace, which of course clashes are a huge obstacle too. There is a great deal of concern regarding the tensions in the Great Lakes region and in the Horn of Africa. And we fully support the initiatives being developed by Kenya, such as the Nairobi process, the goal of which is to develop a culture of peace and social and economic development. Also, because of that, we are convinced of the fact that we have to intensify the collaboration between the European Union and Kenya so that we can contribute to Kenya's precious work in terms of fostering peace, development, and social and economic growth. Kenya and Italy, as we mentioned this morning, once again, Mr. President, share a vision regarding international relations, a vision based on multilateralism, on the search for dialogue and peace. We share the refusal to war and aggression. That's why Italy has supported firmly the presence of Kenya within the United Nations Security Council, which was extremely successful. I wish to mention Kenya's appeal to the international community to pay closer attention to the needs of the global South. Italy shares and supports this appeal, this crucial plea, so that the world can head towards a more equitable distribution of resources and well-being, and so that we can have more cooperation and cooperation based on solidarity. And I'd like to go back to what President Ruto said so wisely regarding the climate and the climate emergency we face. Hopefully, Nairobi can have some rain today. But of course, the drought that you have been witnessing in the region in recent years is something alarming, and it is a symptom of the serious consequences brought about by climate change. This is something we feel everywhere, including in Europe and in Italy. We truly need rain. We're seeing a decrease in the snow on our mountains and in our glaciers, which are a consequence of climate change. That's why Kenya and Italy share the same awareness, and we wish to urge the international community to proceed swiftly in taking all the decisions needed to curb the atmosphere's pollution, and so that we can deal with climate change in an effective way. By doing so, we will lay the foundations for future well-being and future development that our young people and the future generations can reap the benefits of. And due to a far-sighted choice made by President Kenyatta, Kenya's first president, Nairobi hosts the United Nations Environment Program headquarters, which underscores how important it is to act in a tangible way, and increasingly so, to curb climate change. And hopefully the upcoming COP28 summit in Dubai will lead to a growing and tangible commitment so that we can commit together to counter climate change. All of these topics need a common commitment on the international community side. And on these topics, including health, climate, migration, development, and a greater balance in international well-being, in all these topics, Kenya and Italy share a common vision, and we intend to develop our collaboration very much in the future. Thank you once again, Mr. President, for your welcome. Thank you for the friendship which unites us. Thank you very